Hi friends, welcome back to Acre Homestead. My name is Jen. If you are new around here, we do everything from around the homestead, from cooking to gardening to crafting to taking care of the chickens and all things in between. I hope you will consider liking and subscribing. Today we are going to make banana bread. I am so excited. It is one of my husband's favorite things ever. It is banana bread. I'll say one of my husband's favorite things, but it's up there. So I buy bananas in bulk and then I let them ripen. You want them almost overripe, and then you want to then what you can do if you have too many is you can freeze them. So I take them. So what I do with bananas is I get a bunch and then I let them try to over-ripen. The hard part is getting your family to not eat them until they over-ripen. Then I cut them in half, peel them, and put them in a Ziploc bag. And yeah, and then freeze them, and then they stay good for a long time. So this recipe does make 2 loaves, similar to my pumpkin bread recipe. So it does make 2 loaves. So I'm gonna take 2 loaf pans, 4x8 loaf pans, and I'm gonna spray them because I don't want them to stick. I don't want them to stick. I have my oven preheating to 350, so that should be done here in a minute. We are going to combine our dry ingredients first. So need 2.5 cups of, 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of flour, and once again I'm going to put it in the measuring cup and then level it. I'm not going to scoop my flour out with the measuring cup that I'm using. It's super important, especially for breads, to not get too much. Okay, so there's 1 cup. If you have some breads that you've tried to make and they are dry or super dense, check your flour. Check to make sure you're not using too much flour. All right, there is my flour. We're gonna use a teaspoon of baking soda, not powder, but a baking soda. 1 teaspoon. Ooh, that's this one. Yep, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Just breaking up some clumps. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to grab a spoon and we're gonna mix that. We are gonna mix it. The whole idea is just to not get a big clump of, you know, like salt in one area of your bread. You wanna make sure that you are okay, now we're gonna do our wet ingredients. So you need 3.5 bananas, 1/3 cup of milk. I already got the milk in here. Now the frozen bananas, I literally just put them in a drawer or in a bowl right out of the freezer and put them in a bowl and put them in the microwave to kind of soften. And then I kind of mash them with the back of the fork. That's literally it. Now I'm going to use vegetable oil. It's not my favorite, but it's what I have. It is so far not my favorite, but you know, sometimes you do what you can do, and that's it. So 1/2 cup of oil, whatever the oil is that your preference is, 1/2 cup of that. We're going to do milk, eggs, I need 2 eggs. I can't forget the sugar. I forgot the sugar in my dry ingredients. So I'll get these put up, wash my hands. I need 1.5 cups of sugar. I almost forgot. That would be weird to have this soap is driving me nuts. It just stopped. It would be weird to have a banana bread and no sugar in it. That would be weird. So let me add my teaspoon of vanilla. I don't ever measure vanilla. Well, very rarely do I measure vanilla. You want about a teaspoon. I think vanilla is like the secret wonder of the world. So I love vanilla. I'm gonna use a cup of sugar. Just white granulated sugar, 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. You notice that I keep my measuring cup inside the sugar container, and I just use that. You don't have to worry about sugar compacting like you do with flour. So you can dip right into your measuring cup instead of like I did with the flour, putting it from 1 spoon to the measuring cup. All right, then I'm going to, I left my thing in there on accident. I'm gonna take my Danish Whisk. My Danish Whisk is one of the most favorite things in the world. It is great for breads. I mean, like, great. So if you're doing any kind of bread, if you're doing any kind of baking, Danish Whisk is amazing. So if you don't have one, you need one. So we're just gonna mix those dry or wet ingredients together. And then we're gonna add the dry ingredients. So we are just gonna mix these until it's combined. We are not gonna overmix them because otherwise it's gonna lead to a more dense bread as well. That's why the Danish Whisk is super easy. Because of the holes, it literally just slides through. It is an amazing little whisk. I bought this one from Amazon. If you guys want me to add the link or get you a link to one, let me know. I've had this one for quite some time. You can buy wooden ones, you can buy stainless steel ones. This one's a stainless steel. I just thought if I'm gonna spend, I mean, it was like $5 more for a stainless steel. I just thought if I'm gonna spend the money on a dough whisk, I'm gonna get a good one, right? See how it just kind of like slides through? It doesn't make a huge mess, and that's why I love it. That's why I love it. Okay, so we have our banana bread all mixed up and ready to go. I'm going to grab my 2 pans. And we're gonna divide this into 2 pans. I'm gonna take my spatula though and just make sure that all of that flour and stuff around the outside is incorporated. Just give it a couple of folds. Yep. Now this is gonna go in a 350-degree oven for about 50 to 60 minutes in the middle rack, okay? In the middle rack, not on the top rack, not on the bottom rack, in the middle rack. So otherwise it will get too done on the bottom or the top and it won't be done in the middle. All right, all the goodness is almost out. So this is gonna be out in about 50 to 60 minutes, so I will be back whenever it's time to pull it out. There you go. Guess what's finished? finished. Look at this beauty. Look at that. It is absolutely perfect. Just like we did with the pumpkin bread, we're gonna leave it sit here for at least 10 minutes and cool. Then we're gonna put it on a cooling rack and let it completely cool before we break into it. It is so perfect. Yes. All right, you guys. So, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you love it, please make sure you like, subscribe, all the things. It would mean the world to me, and it's free. You might as well see what craziness we can get into. Leave me a comment below what you want to see next, and I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me, and smile because you're worth it. Bye.